baby girl, just graduated from beauty school and, thinking about how the experiences have changed for me through my hair journey. But both of us have experienced that salon time and whatever that looks like. Either it's within a salon with multiple people, salon suites, hair salons galore. We have all been and experienced. So, what are your thoughts about etiquette, as I hope my daughter is listening so that she can get some ideas of what to do and what not to do as she starts her journey?
How much time you got? Okay,
Right?
first of all, pow, 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 shout out to your daughter for graduating hair school. She finna be booked on the busy. I'm so excited.
Yes, indeed.
So, getting my hair done is something very important to me
Yes.
because, you know, and I don't just be letting anybody in my hair.
That's right.
And it is also a pain point, if we're going
Mhm.
to be honest. It gives me anxiety a little bit because the reality is, especially at this big age, I
Mhm.
don't have 5 and 6 hours to come and sit in a hair salon. I
Oof.
just don't, right? So much so that it is Johnny blazing outside, and I really need to, get a protective style, but I
Mhm.
don't have the energy or the time to sit for 4 to 5 hours. Although I do have this girl that braids my hair, and she is fantastic and she is really fast, but still, it's that time frame. But
Yeah.
going back to like regular, press outs or however you want to get your hair done, I am very much the person that, at least for as long as I can remember, if you are doing my hair and you do it well, I will pay whatever the price is. When there are price hikes, and let's be clear, since COVID, prices have gone up astronomically
Mhm.
and service has gone down significantly. Okay, let's talk about it. I got things to say about this.
And Z.
Um, I think the challenge for me is this idea that if you're doing my hair, you're doing me a favor
Mm,
versus me paying for a service.
yeah.
That's part of the challenge that I've experienced. And then the inconsiderateness
Hmm.
of, not arriving on time. And my biggest question is this, and a lot of salons and stylists have this as part of their policy. If you, the client, are late 15 minutes or more, you are charged.
Hmm.
If the stylist is late, nobody gets a discount. You don't get
Right.
an extra service added or anything. And I'm not talking about 15 minutes late. I'm talking about 30 minutes, an hour, like, or even longer. It's like there's a lack of consideration for you as the client, you as the paying customer, even if you've been going there for many years. Also the quality, there are a lot of stylists out here burning people's hair
Mhm.
out, and taking no ownership of it. I value stylists who specialize in healthy hair care. Like I absolutely appreciate that. But then also, okay, so going, because I'll give you a moment to share, because prior to your lock journey, you were similar to me. Listen, every two
Yes.
weeks, and listen, mother had her hair short, and by mother I mean me. And I was there, listen, okay, and putting in the work, and not just going to a hair salon, but I went to the barbershop. Like, that's how serious I am about when my hair was shaved in the back. I went to the barbershop too, because unfortunately, my experience with stylists is that they didn't know how to blend the back of my hair. So I wanted it to be so that when my hair wasn't done or getting to that old stage, it still looked good. The cut was still laying, the blend was still laying. So um I found a difference in my experience in the barbershop and the hair salon too. Like, my barber at the time, he was always on time. And if he was ever, like, if I had the first appointment, if he was ever running late, like, he'd let me know. And it was never like more than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, knock on wood that his clients have that experience, but that was my experience for the years that I was going to him. He was really good. But outside of that, and then I'll turn this back over to you. Who said that when you're in the salon and you go get something to eat or you come in with food, you were supposed to call and check to see if everybody else ate? And before you leave, you're supposed to do a round robin to see if anybody needs anything from the store. Maybe it's me. I don't know. But is that like,
Mm.
is because is there a handbook for it? I
Right.
don't know. You tell
Right.
me. You tell me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably in the same boat. I am responsible for myself when I'm going to get a service that I am paying for.
Yeah.
Unless you would like to have food for me available that
Right.
I can purchase from you that
Right.
meets all of my dietary requirements,
Right.
then great. We all in. But if that's not the case, then
Right.
mind your business. I think that, going from permed hair to
Mm-hmm.
uh, a naturally straight hair by using the press to naturally curly hair to now locks. There have been many, many years of experience of individuals in the service industry
Mm-hmm.
that are supposed to be, professionals in this area
Mm-hmm.
that did not act professionally. And I
Mm-hmm.
think the problem is that, people get very comfortable
Mm-hmm.
in their roles and where they are in life in general
Yeah.
and don't see themselves, some, not all, don't see themselves as a representation of their brand and their business when they're conducting these services. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's important for them to kind of reflect. Um, if I'm thinking of like if I don't know if they are like if beauty salons have visitors from the state who have to check their
Mm.
their spaces and how they're doing things. If that were the case and they knew that they were being cited that day, like what would they do? How would they perform? And how do they know that you know the individual in the seat is not someone who could make a difference? And I say that because I kind of conduct myself like that in any business that I am a part of. Like, I
Mhm.
never know who's in the seat. I never know who's before me. I never know who I'm communicating with. So I want to make sure that their experience with me is one that they will remember for all of the good reasons.
Yeah.
um, but from, like you said, them going to eat in the middle of doing your hair, or my appointment is X time, they are present, but there is someone else present in the seat who's there for many hours into my appointment. Now I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
If you set an appointment for a particular time and you know how long that particular service takes, why was I allowed to make an appointment 15 minutes later? I'm confused. Why? That makes absolutely no sense. My time is valuable just as their time is valuable. And I would much prefer you have that 4 or 5 hours blocked off for that particular client and maybe me come in the tail end so I can get washed and all of that and prepared to get in the seat 15
Mm-hmm.
minutes later into
Mm-hmm.
my appointment. That makes sense to me. And I don't know that people are thinking that way. I don't know if they feel like you're not getting more money by me sitting there.
Right.
Actually, you're getting a reduction in your tip
Yep.
because I'm
Yeah.
pissed that I'm sitting here for this long waiting for it to be serviced. Um, and I think over time, people haven't taken advantage of technology that helps
Yeah.
them plan program management. Like maybe they need to have someone come in who's from a different industry to help them facilitate something that makes more sense as it relates to appointments and things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. I don't know. Something got to give, but clearly this is why I'm locked now because
No,
I
real
was tired
life.
of
Real
that.
life. You were like,
Done.
yeah, I don't have it. So I'm just gonna, I was like,
It was either that
okay.
or I was going to shave my head bald. I
Yeah.
just couldn't
Either
do
way,
anymore.
it would have been totally fine. You look great either way.
Yes,
Because
indeed.
you didn't been on both sides of the spectrum.
I
So
had
you can win. You can win.
exactly.
I think though, I agree with you. I think that there's so much talent out here and their profit could increase significantly if folks just take a moment, like you said, and dig a little bit deeper into the building their brand and the business side of it and the customer service side of it. It's lost. It is
Right.
lost. There
Mhm.
are women like you and I who will pay for the service.
Premium.
Again, whether the price goes up or not,
Mhm.
happy to, as long as the service is there. When the service isn't there, now you are putting me in a situation where I have to give up a full day or a half a day just to get my hair done. That now think about back in the day, right? Back in the day when we went to the hair salon, it was a full day experience, but
Right.
they also didn't have the technology that we have now where you can
Right.
really schedule your time or whatever. But we don't have those luxuries. I, as I for who I am and the responsibilities that I have, and you for who you are and the responsibilities that you have, don't have 6 hours,
Right.
5 hours to go and sit in a chair. And like you said, when I arrive and I'm not getting washed, or my service isn't starting for another 2.5, 3 hours, I could have been doing something way more productive for that time. And there's no acknowledgement of, that being put out, like my time not being appreciated or even considered. It's, well, you here and I'm gonna get to you when I get to you, and you should be lucky that I had an appointment available for you. That's
Mm.
the vibe that I get in that moment. And it frustrates me so much so that sometimes I'd be like, could I do my own hair? No,
Right.
no, no. You cannot do your own
There
hair.
have been
I
attempts.
cannot do I cannot do my own hair. Period. I tried. Okay, COVID hit, right? I said, look, I got this. I
Yeah.
ordered from Amazon. I ordered me a blow dryer. I
Yeah.
ordered me some shampoo and conditioner because I didn't have this previously because I don't do my own hair or whatever like that. And fresh pack of combs.
Yeah.
What's the stuff? The leave-in spray and the heat and
Yes.
all of that.
Ready.
All right, so we a couple weeks in, I said, all right, it's time to wash. I got this.
Ah.
Halfway through, I said, Lord, is not one salon is open. Are they doing house calls? What the puffiness that ensued on this hair and no curl. All right, so remember when you used to get your hair and it used to be straight and you had like the little curl at the bottom?
Yes. Oh man.
I was like, oh, so I cut my hair. I didn't cut my hair. I made an appointment. I was like, I can't. So fortunately, they opened things up for salons and barbershops. And I said, because the Lord be knowing when I'm just
Indeed.
saying.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I became a barber over the pandemic. I cut my son and my husband's
Listen,
hair.
you
Listen.
gotta do what you gotta do. That was a time where I knew
Yes.
it was, which is why I don't have a problem paying for the service, but
Right.
I do have a problem being inconvenienced. I have
Yes.
a significant problem with that.
Yeah.
So
Now,
I'm not sure what needs to be done, but
yeah,
something I imagine though that your daughter will not be this type of provider.
absolutely.
She is
If I have something to do with it, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I love you, Boo. She
gonna
knows.
be great. She
She
is going to be absolutely great. But yeah, no, I agree. Something needs to give. And when you wake up in the morning, you either eat your breakfast at home, pack your breakfast, pick it up on the way in. And one thing a salon has done is they build into their schedule a solid lunch break for all stylists. So
Yeah.
they do not book appointments within a certain amount of time. I
Good.
think that is genius
Genius. Genius.
because I
And
don't
if I
want you to be eating while you're doing my hair.
absolutely not. And if I am a regular and I know this, like I appreciate that. I might even, my if it's from 12 to 1 and my appointment's at 1, I might even call ahead like, did you get enough to eat? Like that might make me say, I'm on
Yep.
my way in. Can I grab you something, a snack? Because
Yep.
again, you should have taken your lunch, but a
That
snack or
part.
something. Like it makes you want to, when you know people are properly preparing themselves to service you, then you want to engage and help them along their journey. But tipping into this topic makes me think about time because you've said
Mm.
that multiple times over and over about the value
Mm-hmm.
of our time.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess in this space, but also in the space in general of life, like why do people not appreciate
Hmm.
other people's time? Like there is so much value
Yeah.
in our time,
Yeah.
yet it gets disrespected over and over.
Mm. That's a good man. Again, how much time do you have? I don't know. And time is the one thing that we will never get back. We'll get back money. You can get back money,
Mhm,
right? You can get back an article of clothing.
mhm,
You can never get back 2:49 p.m.
right,
on July 14th.
mhm,
That time will never come back,
right.
ever.
That's right.
And I think if more people considered that, this moment is so precious, it will never happen again, then they will be more mindful. But people are so selfish now.
Mhm,
They are they don't consider other people. And so because of that, I don't care that I'm wasting your time because it's not a waste to me. I'm either taking advantage of you or I'm getting from you whatever I want and then I'm done with it versus, someone who really does understand the value of time.
Hmm.
Um, but I think I don't know. There are so many things that are lost now. There are so many things that are not valued now.
Hmm.
And time is certainly one of them.
That's right. That's right. And thinking about that, that could take us into so much more time into our conversation, but we'll pause here and consider what people might want to hear from us or our thoughts around. We have lots to say, but we want to hear from you.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining. Certainly feel free to like and subscribe, but also share your comments. Share some experiences that maybe you've had about someone not respecting your time or appreciating your time, or even some experiences you've had at the hair salon or the barbershop. We'd love to hear from you. Talk soon.